Keep California cowgirls from vanishing. Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly. Semi drives a cart. Sadie pulls a log. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature Zebu heifer Susie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow. Mini Zebu heifer calf Seela does not like us to pet her head or hold her collar. We will try now to build up her confidence so that she is not afraid of us. Beginning of a new show for the beginning of spring about Seela, Mini Zebu heifer Seela gaining confidence. We're just going to make this a very short session, we hope. We want to double check that her collar isn't too tight because she has grown so much since we last put it on and checked it. We've closed all the gates to this area except one, which will only take them down a corridor to their cow pen for tonight. This is Mommy Susie and that's Papa Rusty. And we gave them some yummy oat hay to eat. And we're going to see, this is Brianna, we're going to see if we can entice little Seela to come to us at this table. And I am going to use my little kid's lariat rope to put a loop around Seela's neck and then give her space. She's going to run. I can tell you that because a few minutes ago I was able to grab her collar. She's really willing to come up to us, but if we make any attempt to pet her or hold her collar, she goes a-running because she's not confident. So we're going to see what we can do slowly to gain her confidence. You can see that Susie wants a carrot, and so does Seela. Trying to get my loop ready without scaring them. I don't want to scare them. I want them to gain confidence. In us without stress. And you're watching our attempt at doing that. I've got a pocket full of carrots here.
Oh, got the nose.
And she pulled out. I had a neck loop. She doesn't have any horns. I had a neck loop. She pulled out of the loop. I'm going to make another small one. This is just a kid's rope. Very soft. I'm going to get some more carrots. And my cameraman will follow the cows if they come this way, which they're not. Okay, why is that? They're not coming this way because they know something's up. Otherwise, they follow us all the time looking for carrots. I'm going to try to keep it a small loop. Her head is so small. Notice how the mother is standing between me and Seela. Notice how protective she is. This is worth getting on video too in our attempts to gain confidence. That's okay. We will very, very slowly gain confidence. We will try our hardest not to scare them. Susie is almost being aggressive here with me. Look at that. Yeah, she is. Most definitely, she doesn't want me to lasso Seela. We're going to have to put Susie on the other side of a fence. Notice that we have Rusty, the bull, on the other side of the fence. We're going to somehow get Susie there. If Seela is really upset by that separation, then we will stop today and start again tomorrow. It looks like they're heading towards Papa. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the camera and let Papa go into his cow pen. Then I'm going to try to get Susie where Papa stands so that Seela and Susie can see each other. So we'll turn the camera back on in a few moments. Okay, we've executed the plan. There's Susie on the other side of the fence. Papa Rusty went to his cow pen for his treats that he gets this time of night. I'm going to sit down here for a minute, watch us with camera. Let's see if Seela comes up here. Probably not. Usually she would. Can you turn the camera for a minute, Brianna, and show that this is kind of our stress-free place to play with Seela. But like I said, she doesn't like us to get real close to her. Just barely allows us to touch her. I don't want to throw it overhead. I just want to throw it underhanded and let her go into it, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. Okay, we're going to stop the camera for a minute again. I'm going to get some more carrots. Well, you know, we've got her on the run now, and that's not what we wanted to do, and Mommy is mooing and upset. So what we're gonna try for another minute or two, and then we're just gonna let her in with Mommy. We're gonna let her know that in situations like this, she's not going to be taken to the slaughterhouse. She's going to be back with her mom. And slowly but surely we'll gain her confidence. Took us another couple minutes. We got her lasso around her neck. She ran a little bit, but this is a long enough rope that I was allowing her to get away from me. Now I don't want her to get upset. I'm going to, this is like a session on, please be confident that I won't hurt you even though I have the lariat around your neck. Susie allows us to lariat her. So does Rusty. She's pretty strong, Seela is. You can see how big she is. It's all right, Seela. I've got a piece of carrot and she put it in her mouth. The only other thing I want to do is make sure her collar hasn't gotten too tight. We will have to do this more often, maybe next time more niftily so that it doesn't take us so long to show her that we're not going to hurt her. Now, go ahead, Brianna, open up the gate and let Susie and Seela be back together. You know, I've let them lead a very natural life all these months. And there's Mommy. She's looking for baby. Yeah, there she is. There's your baby. And this is a warm night. I have got all their heat lamps on. They're happy to see each other. I'm going to watch them closely. I have TV cameras in their cow pen. I think they're okay. Trimming Rusty and Susie while Seela watches.
Hey.
Hey, Ryan?
Yeah.
Come on over. Okay. All right.
Fighter coach is inside.
The garbage can lid is essential. He really honors it.
Boy, Russ.
We're showing you what we're doing to get Rusty ready for hoof trimming today. And then we're going to bring Susie and Seela close by and let Seela watch. Seela's learning what life is all about here at Minmore Farms, besides just hanging out with her mom and pop.
Good boy, Russ. Good boy.
Rusty, learn to be careful you're getting the lariat in there. I think you've got the lariat in there, do you? Nope.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
under, but we can slide that in too.
Okay. He learned to be haltered a long time ago. It's been months though since we've done it because we're just now getting into spring and I've let Seela, Rusty, and Susie live as natural a life I can during Seela's first few months of life, which is mostly just raising and resting and eating their yummy hay. Yeah, you can bring it all the way through if you have to. This is a kid's rope. It's strong enough for these mini Zebus, but it's easy to handle. And it's fun. It's just the Honda stuck. I got a net catch on them. Sometimes I go for a horn catch, but today the net catch worked. Okay, now, Lawrence and Ryan are going to get Rusty set up here for hoof trimming. We have a special place and I've had a whole show about it in the past. Well, we've got Rusty tied to our very special place that we built just for him with just a cotton lead rope and my nylon cavesson. And we've got a big, heavy cotton rope here with a loop on it already to do what we have to do to tie up His legs, oh, he's scared. He's kind of shaking. He's trembling. It's sad, but I think it's really important to work on their hooves when it's necessary. And I'm showing you the hoof. It's been months since we've done it. You do have to worry about laminitis with these mini cows. So every time Lawrence comes out here to do my horses, which is about every 5 or 6 weeks, we look at the cows and decide, okay, next time. And we have quite a crew because this is scary and requires strength. And here comes Susie and Seela. I want them to watch. So there's Susie, there's Seela, and we've got Brianna here to give them confidence. And they are on the other side of a fence and a gate from Papa Rusty. See what we did? Very, very hard. I'm so worried when we do this that we're going to hurt his leg. In the past, he hasn't been quite this resistant. Our objective is to get his hock up so that Lawrence can work on it. We're doing his back legs first because that's always the hardest.
Well, I don't want to do it. I just want to shorten it.
Other options are get a mini Zebu squeeze chute, or maybe even tranquilize. This is the way we're doing it today, and we hope he doesn't get hurt, or that nobody gets hurt, and that we get him trimmed because he needs it. See how we have him double tied? And now we're trying to get that hock up using that strong, stout cotton rope. And he has bursts of energy, so we kind of watch for them to come. Okay, see how we are trying to get that leg up so that even if he has a burst of energy, he can't hurt himself or anybody else. And then we're going to get gloves on and do our trimming. Okay, we couldn't get him to stand against the fence without this portable panel. It's a Corrals to Go 6-foot portable panel, and right now there's no bursts of power, and we're trimming. Now we're untying him. We're going to bring him to the other side of the fence and do the other side of his hooves. Okay, now we've got him on the other side, tied with his head. We got to get his legs up and the panel against him, and you can see we have our 2 garbage can lids to help us in case he gets loose, as he is agitated. Okay, notice how we have the rope under the tail, the panel pushing him against the other panel, and we're trimming away. Here's Seela and Susie in the corral nearest to Rusty. They're not watching, they're standing back, carefully trying to get that back leg up with a cotton lead rope. We have gloves here in case Lawrence needs them. This is Lawrence Hurst, our farrier. There we go, we got the hock up, and now Lawrence is going to trim. We're trimming now, and Susie and Seela are watching. You probably can't see them, but they're right through that fence watching. He seems to be having less energy bursts. It's like he's realizing that it's better just to listen. Now we trim Susie. On a lead line, 2 lead lines connected to her cavison. Rusty's on the other side of the fence now. Susie's much easier to handle, and Seela is learning what life is all about here at Minmore Farms. Now Seela is gaining confidence because she just walked away from her mom. She's kind of checking things out here. This is familiar territory to her. Rusty has access both to that fence where Seela is and this fence where Susie is, and he seems okay, resistance free, confident that no longer in danger. So these are Seela's hooves today. I'm quite confident that Lawrence will not feel like he has to trim her yet. But you know what we need to teach her to do and give her confidence that it won't hurt her is lift her legs. And we'll be working on that this spring as often as we possibly can, because it's going to take a lot of repetition. to get her to be resistance free like Susie is. Although Susie is upset. You see she has scours. That's one way to know how stressed our cows are. We'll be hosing her off after this session. You know, I brought out my cell phone and my emergency numbers to call in case anybody gets hurt, either bovine or human. Looks like Lawrence cut his thumb, but to wear gloves when he's doing his farrier work is probably difficult for him. I'm showing you Seela, who's wandering around checking out the gloves, checking out our tools. Resistance free. Confident that nothing spooky is happening. Okay, we hosed off Susie.
For the future, so she's more like a Susie than a Rusty.
And we're gonna talk to Lawrence for just a minute. What's your advice for people who own mini Zebus or want to own mini Zebus to get them ready for trimming?
I would try. I'm not as familiar with them as horses, but I would try to do just like you would with the horse. Start working with it as soon as possible. When they're little and the human is as much part of their life as their mother is, they respond much better than when they get older and you're trying to kind of force it on them.
Okay, so she's about 5-6 months old, and we've been working with her all along. But the last couple months during the rainy season, we haven't worked with her very much. So you recommend that we get a halter on her and lift her feet and so forth?
Yes.
But she
always, like I do in the back of my truck, there's always carrots, whatever her favorite little snack is. Every time she does it right, give her a little treat and just verbally scold her when she's doing it bad.
Okay, and she's still nursing. I'm going to let her nurse until Susie says no more. And I guess we'll check her out again in 5 or 6 weeks when you come back for the horsies, but you would agree she doesn't need it at this time.
Right now she stood up quite nicely.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lawrence. Here is our spring plan to get Seela's confidence. Well, here's our plan, our spring plan for giving Seela confidence. Right now we've got Susie and Seela separated from Rusty by a fence. And here on the table are some of the items we need to deal with this spring. And by the way, spring starts tomorrow. This is the last day of winter. One thing is I need to get this collar on Seela. The one that's on her now is okay, but it's on the last hole. So I'm going to get her to trust us so that we can put on her probably this goat halter, which we've used in the past. We have shows about it. It's easy to slip over the nose and then over the ears with the strap, and then the tautness on the nose pretty much explains to Seela that she needs to stand still. She doesn't pull very much with this goat halter. Now when we change collars, we're going to want to put bells on. These bells I got very inexpensively on the internet. And I'm going to put them on a ring, just an old binder ring, then on the collar. I always like to know where my cows are, so I put bells on each one of their collars. And then we want to graduate Seela into a halter like this, which I've made smaller by putting a bolt through the nose. And then this is a plain old horse halter, probably a pony halter or a foal halter, that should fit behind her ears and be the more traditional type of leading mechanism, a training device for us. Within about 2 months, I expect the flies to hit us again, even though I use many fly predators. Every year I order more. And last year, when Seela was born, I prepared this fly mask for her by using a sewing machine and just trying to make it smaller everywhere I could. But it was still too big for her head. So as soon as I can, I'm going to be trying on this fly mask for Seela, because Rusty and Susie every summer wear a fly mask as well. Now, Seela was kind of angry at us after we lassoed her the day before yesterday, and it took us about 24 hours to get her to trust us enough to have her go for a piece of carrot. I'm sitting here at a picnic table, which is where they part of where they graze, and I'm gonna try just for a moment or two to see. I think Susie will come right up for the carrot. Yes, you see she is. Now will Seela have confidence in the situation and come up for the carrot? Watch her. She's behind her mom, and that's what we noticed several days ago when we tried to lasso Seela and successfully did it. And that's when I checked out her collar. We noticed that Susie protected Seela as much as she possibly could. We've got a whole table full of carrots here. I'm going to get up. Let's see how Seela reacts if I'm moving. Susie's certainly not stressed. She's eating her carrots readily. Yesterday, she did take a carrot or two from me at the gates, where she traditionally turns around and says, "Mommy, can I have a carrot?" And I always have a small piece in my pocket for her when I come this way. Today, no trust, no confidence. Look at that. They're both walking away. So we're going to stop the camera for a minute and see if we can't do something to strengthen their confidence. Well, we've been here for about 5 minutes. We even took the camera away, put it on the other side so that Seela couldn't see it, thinking maybe that's what she's afraid of. Maybe she remembers that we were here around the table the other day trying to lasso her, trying to get her confidence, trying to check out her collar. She's still showing a grudge. She's not showing us confidence. It's not really stress that she's showing. Look to see her right now with her mom and her pop. She's just not confident in us. I don't know that she's scared. Maybe she remembers that the last time we were here in this yard that she was scared. So we'll continue to work on building up Seela's confidence this spring, and we'll show you whenever we can. Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty and Susie, Heifer Calf Seela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.